Okay, right. So what we have here is we're given quite a bit of play around information. We know this is our standard equation, and that's all well and good. X is the time period in quarters, so we're operating in quarters, yes? And they give us the value. We sort of know, right, that you can see here, quarter one is 24, quarter two is 25, quarter three is 26, quarter four is 27, and you have this type of relationship going. Now, we also, I mean, remember that this is all about trends. We work with these straight lines, and that's what we have here. That's what we're working with. So our equation is really based on this trend. So like I've said before, that the actual is equal to the trend plus the seasonal. So this is really saying that the actual is 200 above the trend. So the trend is 3,000. This is the actual is 80 below the trend. So the trend is 3020 plus 80, yes, and that's 3,100. Here we're saying that the actual is above the trend by 120. So I'm going to bring this down, and that's 3,200. And here I'm saying that the actual is 240 below the trend. So this takes us to 3,300. So I can already see something playing out, can't I? See a nice trend there. So question says, from this trend, find the value of A and B. So I have, let's just look at the situation here, is that I have an equation that tells me that y is equal to A plus bx. And one way to look at this would be to go for a simple high-low method, if you like. You can sort of take it that way. I'd go with that approach where you know that your total costs are sort of along this lines. You know that your total costs of 3,300, sorry, 3,000 is at quarter one, 24, and then your other one of 3,300 is at quarter 27. So we can find, if you like, B first of all. So let's find that. So we have 3,300 minus 3,000 divided by 27 minus 24, and that takes us into the 300 over 3. That's equal to 100. I mean, we sort of know that anyway. So B is equal to 100. The question is, what is A? And I just need to plug that in into any of them. And so I now know that I'll take quarter one. I know that 3,000 is equal to A plus B, which is 100 times 24. So that means that 3,000 is equal to A plus 2,400, and that means that A is equal to 600. So A is equal to 600. Then it says, using the trend equation, calculate the trend for 2007 quarter one and quarter three. And I remember seeing something like this in the textbook where they tell you to go all the way to 2007. And so you know that in 2003, these are your numbers. So this is X3, isn't it? So in X4, I'm sure you're happy to accept that quarter one must be 28, right? Because it's 24, 25, 26, 27. And then immediately you turn to X4, it's quarter 28. And then in X5, right, it must be 32. And then in X6, it must be 36. And then in X7, it must be 40. So if this is 40, this is 42, quarter 42, quarter 40, quarter 40 and quarter 42. It's really the argument here. It's a straight line trend, we're assuming. And so therefore, I literally plug these figures in again, because now I have my A and B, and I know that Y is equal to A, which is 600, plus B, which is 100, times X, which is, in this case, 40. So I have here 600 plus 600, just 600, plus 100 times 40. And I also have here 600 plus 100 times 42. So this is 4,600. And this is 4,000 to 4,800. Right. And this question is still not actually done. And let me just go to the text and pull out the last bit. My gosh, there's quite a bit you can see here. That's that, and they want us to. We've done that bit there, Q1 and Q3. Yes, and they want us to do the same. Oh, no. They want us to assume and calculate the forecast cost. So let's just snippet this out. I'm just going to, you know what? Yeah, let's just sort of reduce that, and yeah, well, let's save that, and then we might bring it up again. Yes, it's taking slightly longer than normal. This one, it's a bit of a big one, and so we have that. We'll just save that. Yeah, and then we'll get rid of that, and then let's snippet this out. Snippet this out. Here we are. Right. Right. Let's just I'll just pause this so I can get the other page up very quickly. Right. I just wanted to load this page up so we could reference it. So they're sort of saying to us, listen, if you know, assuming the same seasonal variations, no problem. The forecast costs for Q2 and Q4. So the forecast costs for Q2 and Q4, and just following the same principle here, those are Q2 and Q4. This is Q1, and Q1 is 40. So Q2 is 41. I have 41 and 44. Yes, let me just check that. Yes, so I'm dealing with where X is 42. Sorry, 40. Let me just check that again. So Q2 is 41 and 44. 41 and 40. No, 44. Once again, let's just. And 43. 41 and 43. So X is equal to 41, X is equal to 43 for these quarters. And it's the same principle. We know that A is equal to 600, B is equal to 100. And so the trend for these quarters is initially, let's just work that out, 600 plus 600 plus 100 times 41, 600 plus 100 times 43. And so what you have here is 41 times 100, and that's 4,100 plus 600 plus 600, and you have 4,700. So this is the trend. I had to find that first. And then I'll do the same thing here. 43 times 100 plus 600 is equal to 4,900. That's the trend. So now let me go back. You can sort of see what I'm doing here. And it's telling me that in Q2, yes, because I'm dealing with Q2. So Q2 and Q4, I have minus 80 and minus 240. So I'll just do that here, 470 minus 80 and minus 240. You have 4,900. And what is this saying? This is saying that what the actual event is 80 below the trend, right? It's 80 below the trend, and this is 240 below the trend. So 4,900 minus 240 takes us down to 4,660, and here we have 4,700 minus 80, taking us down to 4,620. That's the point of this trend. So the actuals are 80 below the trend. Here it's 240 below the trend, which is why when we're looking for the trends, we add these figures to the trends. And so here I will have 4620, and here I will have 4660. Right, and that's kind of that. And let's just look at this last one. Right, and the final bit, which is also a little bit winded, is that it's telling us to go back to Q1 and sort of look at the scenario there. So the actual cost was 3,200. That's the scenario here, and it's telling us to go back there. You've got your 3,200, and it's saying using that as a base, um, what would the index be in these periods? So you have 3,200 at a base of 100, and is asking what would 5,200 be. Now, hopefully, you can start to see that I simply can just go 5,200 over 3,200 times 100. I've been doing that in a way, but just delaying how we do that times 100, right? Because I'm literally just trying to find the conversion of that as a base of 100 on time. So you have 5,200 over 5,200 divided by 3,200, and that's 162.5. And I do exactly the same thing, 5020 divided by 3,200, and that's 156.88. Slightly long question. Actually, not too bad, actually. It just did feel slightly winded. But there you are, and that's how we work through all of that. Okay, brilliant.